Keir Starmer must resign. 4 words. 4 simple words, Amelia, but they weren't just words, they were a political earthquake, a fault line that just ripped open beneath Westminster. What happened yesterday wasn't just a news story, it was the drawing of a line in the sand. There is the Britain before those words were spoken, and the Britain we are waking up to today, and I do not think they are the same country at all.
You are absolutely right, James. What we witnessed was not a press statement. It was a demonstration of brute force, a political assassination meticulously designed and broadcast live for the entire world to see. Let's paint the picture for our viewers. The White House briefing room, a place that has seen declarations of war and peace treaties, the atmosphere was routine until that one question was asked by the British journalist.
And that is when everything changed. Eyewitnesses in that room said the mood literally turned glacial. You could see Donald Trump's face harden, his eyes narrow. He wasn't angry, he was focused. It was as if he had been waiting for that very moment. He leaned into the microphone, and the silence that fell upon the room wasn't just quiet, Amelia. It was a deafening, expectant vacuum. Then he uttered those 4 words, slowly and deliberately.
One veteran journalist described it by saying, "It felt like the air had been sucked out of the room. Pens stopped mid-sentence, photographers' fingers froze over the shutters. This wasn't an opinion, it was a verdict delivered by the President of the United States upon the man who aspires to lead the United Kingdom."
And if he had stopped there, it would have been shocking enough, but he did not. No, he continued the assault with relentless ferocity, as if reading from a pre-prepared charge sheet. Soft on crime, soft on borders, soft on leadership. These are not just random insults, Amelia. Each phrase was engineered to strike at the deepest anxieties of the British electorate. He was dismantling Starmer's credibility, piece by piece, with the skill of a cold-hearted surgeon.
And that brings us to the most disturbing part of this entire story. This was not spontaneous. Our inside sources in Washington, people very close to Trump's circle, are confirming this attack was planned for weeks. It was a trap, and Keir Starmer walked right into it. They say Trump's team views Starmer's potential policies as a direct threat to American interests, especially his closeness to the European Union. What we saw was not a comment. It was a deliberate warning shot.
It was a multi-layered message, a message to British voters saying, your leader is weak and does not have our respect. A message to the Labour Party saying, we are watching you and every move you make is under scrutiny. And a message to the entire world from Beijing to Brussels saying, this is how America operates now. We intervene where we want, how we want.
And the fallout in Britain was like a political tsunami. Within minutes, social media had exploded. Within an hour, the story was the lead item on every news channel in the world. And by the evening, initial polling showed a catastrophic 8-point drop in Starmer's approval rating. Inside Labour headquarters, sources speak of absolute panic. Emergency meetings, shouting in the corridors, and a genuine feeling that their ship had just hit an iceberg.
Meanwhile, their political opponents were celebrating. Nigel Farage and Reform UK called it irrefutable proof that Starmer lacks the fortitude for the world stage. And the Conservatives, they didn't say much publicly, but you can only imagine the smiles behind closed doors. They have just been handed the most powerful weapon they could have dreamt of ahead of the next election.
And then came Starmer's response, or shall we say, the lack of one, silence for a full 48 hours. When he finally did speak, it was with a bland, carefully worded statement about diplomatic respect and international norms. James, Donald Trump had just proven that all of those rules have been thrown out of the window. It looked as though Starmer had brought a plastic knife to a gunfight. The contrast was staggering, Trump's brutal power versus Starmer's procedural caution. In the eyes of many, it simply confirmed the accusation of weakness.
And now that video clip is immortal. It is a digital political weapon that can be reused forever. Every time Starmer tries to look strong in a debate, his opponents will play that clip. Every time he speaks of Britain's place in the world, everyone will remember that moment of public humiliation. This goes beyond politics. It has become personal. It calls into question the very essence of his ability to lead.
Which leads us to the deeper crisis this has exposed, the question of sovereignty. Who really runs Britain? Is it the voters at the ballot box, or can an American president decide the fate of our leaders with a single soundbite? The special relationship we always talk about, has this moment exposed it as more of a master-servant dynamic than a partnership of equals?
Precisely. And then there is the internal crisis this is triggered within the Labour Party itself. We're hearing whispers of secret meetings of growing alarm among backbench members of Parliament. Some are now asking aloud, can we really win with a leader who has been so comprehensively taken down? This attack has not just weakened Starmer against his opponents, it has weakened him inside his own party.
So what we are witnessing is not just a fleeting media storm. It is a reshaping of the political landscape. Keir Starmer is now fighting not just the Conservatives or Reform UK, he is fighting a ghost, a digital ghost that will haunt him everywhere, a 5-minute video clip that could cost him the premiership and change the course of Britain for years to come.
And that puts all of us as citizens in a difficult position. And that is our question to you tonight, our viewers. We want you to think about this deeply. Was Donald Trump, for all his bluntness, actually right to voice genuine doubts about Keir Starmer's leadership, doubts that perhaps many already held? Or was what we saw a dangerous and unprecedented overstep, a direct assault on our sovereignty and our democracy that can never be tolerated?
Was this a dose of hard truth that we needed, or was it a toxic foreign intervention in our affairs? This is the debate happening in every pub and every living room across the country tonight. Share your analysis and your opinions in the comments section below. We want to hear from you, and do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Alert View, and turn on the notification bell. The aftershocks from this political earthquake are only just beginning, and we promise we will be here to cover every single one.